didn't think you. I didn't.
Does he do it at his father's house?
I don't know what he does at his dad's house.
Okay, I guarantee he doesn't go lay in his father's bed.
I'm not gonna speak on that because I don't know what they do over there.
Okay, well when I get dressed, we're gonna have a conversation about it because I'm gonna make it very clear. Because here again, you allowing him to raise up against me. That's what caused the last incident.
Yes, you guys are reading the caption right on her video. And yes, you heard the first few words of the clip that he is upset that her 13-year-old son is in the bed with her with their daughter watching TV, which I don't think her son is his. No, he's not his, because you can hear him say, does he do that with his dad? This is the stepdad. And I think her little girl is actually this guy's child. But it's weird to me that you don't want her 13-year-old son laying in bed with her watching TV. Like, are you serious? What's wrong with that? And it's like you're sexualizing, to me, it's like you sexualizing this child being in bed with his mom. Now, it'd be different if you walked in the room and there was some strange stuff going on, he laying in the bed naked with his mom, or some they doing weird activities. Then I can see you saying, like, what is going on? But this child just sitting in the bed watching TV with his mother, and you come in talking crazy to her about it. There's no way in hell. And then the thing about it, it's a clip I have in this video. You can hear him hitting this boy mom, and he's like, what are you doing? What is the problem? And you can hear in the clip where he's like, that's why he brought up to me basically the last time, and I'm gonna make sure it don't happen again, pretty much. Well, he's probably talking ish to you and standing up for his mother, because that's one thing about males. They are very overprotective of their mom. They will not let anyone harm their mom, especially a man. It could be their own father, and they will be ready to put hands on them if they touch their mom. So she did, if I'm not mistaken, well, I do have the clip in the video as well. She's showing where she did end up leaving this guy, and I'm glad of that for her, because this is just some insane ish right here. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and allegedly.
That is disrespectful. I almost hurt him.
Why?
Because that is disrespectful, and he knows it. That's why he got on the floor. You don't go and lay in a mother's bed. That's you're trying to establish dominance.
I don't think that was. I think it was innocent, but
That's
it was.
what you think, Jen, as a woman, and you can think that as his mother. But I'm telling you, as a man and a man of this house, I almost hurt that boy.
Oh,
and
wow.
you think I'm playing, and I'm not.
So he said he felt like the son was trying to challenge him, trying to show his dominance around the house. How do y'all feel about that? Now, I feel like back in the day, the males were raised different by their grandfathers and their fathers. It seemed like they wasn't allowed to, cry because it was a sign of weakness. They was raised to just work, don't complain. And back in the day, if a 13-year-old boy was in the bed with his mom watching movies, they probably would say it's, or a sign of weakness. And I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like back in the day, the men didn't really have any type of affection with their fathers or grandfathers or the men who raised them. Like all the hugging or any type of intimate moment that needed to be had. And I feel like in this generation, when these men who was raised like that or had a father like that back in the day, they probably deem it as a weakness or weird. It's unfamiliar to them.
Now, other people might not agree with what she is saying, but I agree with what she's saying from so far, because I'm going to just be real with you all. My dad's the same way with my brother to this day. He doesn't show my brother really any affection, none of that type of stuff. He never told my brother really that he loved him. He tried to kick my brother out of the house at 17 years old before my brother even finished school, because he felt like at 17, you're pretty much a man. It shouldn't have to be once you turn 18 out of school, you're considered a man. And he did not like the fact that my brother was close with my mom. He did not like that at all. Kind of probably the same scenario with this guy thinking of trying to be dominant, but my brother and mother just had a very close relationship, because my mother knew how my dad treated my brother, and it wasn't long after that my mom ended up leaving my dad, because she's like, I do not like the way that you treat our son. And my dad used to make that reference, like she said, oh well, I got tough love. I didn't get hugs and loves you and kisses. I got tough love to teach me how to be a man, how to take care of home, how to provide. But it's how you treat your sons. I have seen a lot of males, and not all males, so men do not come for me, because I know a lot of y'all are not like this, but I have seen quite a few males who treat their sons the same way. It's like they dislike their sons for some reason, like they hate their sons, but they don't do that with their daughters, because I guess it's like the guy said, it feel like it's a dominant thing. They know as a female, even as their daughters, they're not going to try to be dominant or nothing with them. I don't know if some men feel like that they're in competition with their sons, or feel like their sons are trying to be in competition with them in the home, but that just gives me a weird ass vibe. Like, why would you treat your son like that? Because you feel like that he's trying to be dominant. It's stupid to me. I never understood that. Even to this day with my dad, I never understood that. And him and my brother do not have a close relationship to this day because my dad was acting the same way as this damn dude.
They feel like it's wrong, when really that's the love that they should have got back in the day, because they never had it growing up. Their fathers never gave them attention like that back in the day. So it makes them feel uncomfortable. I feel like a lot of men back in the day, if they just got a hug from their fathers or grandfathers or the men who raised them back in the day, I feel like it would have got rid of a lot of trauma that they're dealing with now.
Yo, what you doing?
Yo, chill out.
No, cause why you hit her for?
But then you wonder why you do shit like this. And then you wonder why and say I enable this. But it's okay.
This grown-ass man is telling his girlfriend, I almost hurt your son because he thought it was okay for him to be in the bed, my bed, watching a movie with his mother. How are you threatened by a 13-year-old child? That is a little boy. You are a grown-ass man. How can he establish dominance and he's only 13 years old? Like, what world do you live in, sir? Like, and I hope she left him, because at the end of the day, how as a grown man can you sit up here and talk about a little 13-year-old boy like that? Like, are you serious? Like, it is the most stupidest thing for you to sit up here and say that that boy is trying to basically demasculate you as a man in your own home because he wants to lay in the bed with his mom and his baby sister and watch a movie. It is never that deep. And the fact that he even sat there and admitted that he almost hurt him, I couldn't imagine what he would actually do to that child. He probably would, if he could.
Honestly don't understand how a 13-year-old boy watching a movie with his mom and his sister in the bed is trying to assert dominance. Like, I don't understand. A lot of these men be so conflicted within themselves. They don't understand that all they are doing is projecting on people for no fucking reason because of how they was raised. Because not only was you abusing their mother, but you are also low-key trying to also abuse them, manipulate them, and gaslight them. These kids ain't doing nothing wrong. I wouldn't give a fuck if my son was 45 years old. If he want to come lay in the bed with me and his sister or anybody in our family and with me by himself and want to watch a movie with his mama, he's going to be able to do that. Come on now. It really gave mommy issues. Like, it really gave insecurity, because how could you possibly feel in any kind of way threatened by a 13-year-old boy and his mama? To see if he was actually doing something to make you feel threatened. But the fact that this man was upset because he was in the bed with them watching a movie, talking about in his bed. What do you mean? This is his mama's bed. Really, Gabe, I never got to experience this as a child, so he shouldn't. Like, that's pure jealousy. And I thank God that she was able to leave him, because look, them is not the type of people you want to raise your kids around.
Yeah, this is a messed up situation, and I don't know why that's put me in the mind of the situation. Like I stated earlier with my dad and brother, it made me have a flashback, and it wasn't a great flashback. Okay, just grateful that she left this man and took her children with her and went somewhere where she will be safe, like my mother did. And the thing about it, like the lady said in the video, what if he actually would have ended up hurting her son, because he like, I'm gonna end up almost hurt him. If he's saying that, letting you know verbally, it would have ended up being physically, where him and your son would have had an altercation and somebody could have really got hurt, or somebody could have got unalive behind this. So I'm glad that she actually left and went her separate ways from him and stay away from him. And I think she also has a restraining order on him. So that pretty much lets you know when she left, the guy probably still was trying to harass her and harm her and probably her children. So she has a restraining order on this guy. And I'm so glad that she got away. I wish more women can do the same thing if they're going through this type of situation with a man, or even if a man is going through a crazy situation with a woman. If you can, please leave them before it gets out of hand.